Oh, Jodie. What's happening, film friends? Dave the Film Junkie here. Jodie Foster. She has some choice words to say about the superhero blockbusters. That's right. She's not too happy. It's not the first time we've heard from like a director saying how unhappy they are about these superhero films and the blockbusters and everything like that. Basically, this is what she had to say right here. She was being interviewed on Daily Mail, Radio Times. She directed one of the new Black Mirror episodes, Archangel, which was a good episode. And then she just basically talked about how movies are nowadays. She said, going to the movies has become like a theme park. Studios making bad content in order to appeal to the masses and shareholders is like fracking. You get the best return right now, but you wreck the earth. It's ruining the viewing habits of the American population and then ultimately the rest of the world. And does she continue? Yeah, she says, she said $200 million dollar movies about superheroes, and the CGI sort of spectacle is not the reason why she makes movies. I feel like I make movies because they are things I have to say in order to figure out who I am in my world and my place in the world, or for me to evolve as a person, which that's understandable. That's fine. Like I get her gripes a little bit, you know, but to me it almost seems like, okay, you're a certain kind of filmmaker. There's certain kind of filmmakers that are going to make more, you know, not these big budget movies. The thing is, there's a market for everything. You don't like the big superhero movies? That's fine. I know people that hate the superhero movies, but then maybe they'll go see a blockbuster like Geostorm or something like that. It's when it comes to movies, yeah, it does get a little crazy with like, you got all these blockbusters, constant sequels and this, that, and this. I don't mind it because, you know what, there's a market for it. There's a market for independent movies as well. The only thing is, though, when people start complaining that, oh yeah, Hollywood's run out of ideas, I go, what was the last original movie that you paid to see? And if it was limited release, did you like sniff out to try to find a theater? You should really do that before you start complaining. There's just a market for a lot of things. And I can understand her gripe. But you got to wonder, like, if she got offered to, you know, do a superhero movie, would she take it? Probably not. I don't think she would actually do that. James Gunn actually responded to what she had to say. And his whole thing was, he said it was old-fashioned and totally without basis. Yeah, that's right. He said, going to the movies. Oh, yeah, that's what she said. That's what she said. He basically said, I think Foster looks at film in an old-fashioned way where spectacle film can't be thought-provoking. It's often true, but not always. Most studio franchise films are somewhat soulless. Yeah. See, I mean, he's kind of agreeing too, just like I am. Like, you know, some movies out there, they're just dog shit, and they're just out there because, hey, look at it, it's a bunch of CGI and shit's blowing up. I can understand that, but sometimes people just want to go see some shit blowing up. That's just the way it is. But yes, it can ruin like the overall like box office for certain things. But then you got like that movie Wonder that came out. That thing just blew up. It was a small little movie about a kid with a, you know, disfigured face, and it made a shit ton. Like they're not fully doing that. They're not. Even like Disaster Artist, a lot of people are loving that. Small movies are still okay. But I could kind of still see what she's saying a little bit, just because, a little bit of sour grapes. Seems to see filmmaking as something that primarily about her own personal growth. Spending many millions of dollars on a film has to be about more than that. It's communication, so my experience is merely one spoke on that wheel. See, James Gunn is different. He's on a whole different kind of wavelength when it comes to directing and stuff. Even Robert Liefeld said, I respect Jodie Foster's right to express her views on comic book films, but I completely disagree with her on it. Polite discourse in action. At least he says something nice. But, you know, like I said, I can understand what she has to say. But, yeah, I think I more so agree with James Gunn saying, like, yeah, it's kind of an old-fashioned look at it, you know. And, yeah, I mean, we all hope that when it comes to these superhero movies, you know, as long as the studios don't get fucking involved, that these directors can create themselves a voice. Now, it doesn't always happen. I mean, a lot of the Marvel movies follow that same formula. You can't really go, hey, that's a John Watt movie. Oh, hey, that's that guy's. You can't really, sometimes you can't see that, you know, but with certain ones, I mean, like the Nolan Batmans, you could tell it's a Nolan movie. The Snyder movies, of course, you could tell it's Snyder. You're not Justice League, though. Certain movies, you could tell. And that's what's good about it. You could tell, Guardians of the Galaxy is James Gunn. You could tell, a little bit of how his brain is when it comes to these movies. So yeah, I mean, some things are like, yeah, I could see her gripe a little bit, but for the most part, it's not killing anything. Like I said, there's small movies that still get huge. I mean, Get Out at the beginning of the year was huge. Split, huge. Original movies that were huge. People are still craving those original movies. And Jodie Foster, hey, keep on making some original movies. Don't complain about these big budget movies. That's somewhere else. Make something smaller and then your profit margin will be even bigger. It definitely will be bigger than some of these movies that just end up flopping. So, yeah, so there you go. I more agree with James Gunn and everything. So, yeah, let me know your thoughts about it down below. What do you think about her comments? And what do you think about Gunn's comments as well? Hit that like, thumbs up button if you'd be so kind. Subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to the other channel, too. Follow me on the social media stuff floating above my head. And, of course, I got shirts and stickers. Go get them, guys. Talk to you later.